Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. Tonight's we were going to have an interview with
VA
VA
right.
issues and prepping.
The show.
Um,
Tonight's we
all
were
right,
gonna have an
somebody,
interview with
whoa, Stevie, turn off your YouTube.
right body and welcome to the show. Tonight's we
All
were
right,
gonna have an
somebody,
interview
whoa,
with
Stevie. There. Anyway, we were having an interview tonight with VA issues and prepping, who is Miss Michelle Bruce. We have had some technical difficulties. Where'd he go?
We can't
We
connect.
we yes, we cannot connect. So what we were gonna do is we had another person that wanted to come up here. That would be Jackie Good Citizen Green. So we'll be doing an impromptu interview with her in a little while. She's on her way to her mother's house. Other than that, I'm sorry. Like I said, this does happen. And we are trying to make sure we have backups just in case. But we welcome everyone. How's everyone on panel doing? Graham, writes for VETS. Stevie, KY.
Hey,
Like
Well, I'm above ground. I'm doing good.
Packers
there you
won,
go.
so I'm doing great.
There it is. The Packers won.
The number one seed in the NFC.
Say hi to Gil. Welcome in. LT man, thank you for coming in. It's always good to see you, brother. Of course, T Johns is now in here. Thank you for
Yep.
coming. Like I said, we had scheduled an interview and we had some technical difficulties, so that interview will not go right now. So we're hoping to get somebody else to come in here in a little while and let us know about their military stories. Now, of course, if there is somebody out there since this turn of events, any military people that would like to come up and share any stories they have, you're more than welcome to come up. And then y'all can take a look at our logos. Look at our logos, guys. Isn't that so cool? The work done, of course, by Stevie Mau 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 Mau. Yep. So put it up
All right,
there.
LT. We'll see you when you get back.
All right, LT. Take care, brother. Thank you again for coming in.
Hello, everybody in chat.
And that's one of the logos Stevie made for us. Oh, my little donkey.
A couple of weeks back, I had decided to see if I could apply my hand at designing a new logo, and I tried a couple things and showed it to them, and Stevie improved on it, and this is what we ended up with.
I like it.
There you go. I do too. I think that's a very good one. I like the shadow effect too in the background you see from the letters.
And the ray of hope up above the veteran. That's
Yes.
a ray of hope. That's what that is. A ray of hope, people.
Just gonna borrow that song by Madonna.
Can I take one of your logos home with me?
Yeah, they're rentable. They're yeah, very nice work, Stevie. I need to get myself off big screen here.
We could give him one of the early logos,
Yeah,
one of the other versions.
the virgins. Yeah,
Virgin.
the versions.
We got lots of virgins.
If I give him a virgin, his wife would hit him over the head with a frying pan.
Oh, I don't need that again. I got too many bandages on my head as it is.
So yeah, we can give you an honorary.
He'd die with a smile on his face, but he would die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
And just to let everyone know, we are still working on our little LLC, but we are working on it. And shout out to Stephen Usual for donating to us to get that done. Him and
Brian, and then he
Brian said,
also
right, I'm done. And then he has also given it, and that money will go to help us get our LLC. So we're waiting on that. Once we get that done, we'll be coming up with a business account to deal with the fact that PayPal has decided to end their pay pools, which is what we use to keep our donations fully transparent. Well, those were stopped as of Sunday. That's why we haven't been putting out anything asking for any funds. We want to get an actual account before. You were saying, KY?
I'm sorry?
Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Nope, nope.
So that's where we are, guys. We're stuck with that, but I appreciate you all coming in tonight. And like I said, we have someone coming in that we're going to do a partial interview with. We hope that the VA issues and prepping is okay. Of course, that's Miss Michelle Bruce. She's always been in our show, but hopefully everything is good. Anyone else have anything? So I'm like,
No.
kind of had this whole interview set up.
And Jackie said she was on her way, but she would be there in 12 to 15 minutes. I said, well, we got to give her a minute or two to get in the house. Her computer crashed, so she has no way of getting on panel. Her phone,
Okay.
her phone's been acting up. She said, I can barely talk to you, so I have to borrow my mom's to get up on panel. So I said, well, you're on your way, so at least you aren't just getting out of the house and having to drive 40 minutes. Just the last little bit of the drive to your mom's.
George Ward, welcome in, brother. Thank you for coming.
Well, George, welcome to the show.
Right. So, Jim Busby's supposed to be stopping by as well.
Uh,
That
I
way we have him.
I sent the link out to about 15 different people. It went out to D. Johns and Ginger and Bill Dado and a bunch of people. So they can come or not come. It's up to them.
There you go. One of the things we were going to go over is some of the things that the VA has been proposing. Right, you get a lot of those VA letters, don't you?
No, I do not. No, I do
You
not.
don't.
You don't get the bulletins every month?
No, that's funny. I do not. They're supposed to do it, and they never did.
Wow, because
Well, I can forward it if there's anyone. I can put that link in my channel, or we can give it to you, and we can put it in our channel too. The monthly bulletin link.
That would be great. I would
Wouldn't it?
appreciate that.
Yeah, because that is a big source of information that I can have discussions with you about. You know,
Well, they're
Just like
posting.
that veteranstickets.org. Any veteran can get tickets, basketball games, football games, concerts, all kind of events every day. They announce free or low cost tickets that are put aside for veterans. These concerts, different plays, all kind of events. Hard to get events where it's hard to get tickets for them, and they're put aside at low or no cost to veterans.
And if you are a
And
veteran, oh, I'm sorry, go on.
the thing is, they have a kiosk. The caveat is, if you request the tickets and you don't use them, then they knock you off the list and you can't get them anymore. If you get the tickets and sell the tickets, you don't show up. You can't get tickets anymore. If you want those tickets, you have to use those tickets.
okay.
If you don't think you're going to make it or not going to show, don't request them. You get knocked off the thing, and they will not send you tickets anymore.
And in case veterans don't know, I didn't know until recently. Went to Home Depot, and you get 10% knocked off automatically when you show them your VA card.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, veterans.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lowe's too. Same
Those
thing.
two. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. When I bought my furnace, I had them knock 10% off. Makes a difference when it's $8,000. You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
10%, 10%, baby. All those little 10% add up.
Yeah. Now's the time to save money.
A lot of Dairy Queens give veterans. Wendy's. Uh, you have to ask. That's all you have to do is ask. There are a lot of places that give 10% off or a percentage. Wendy's gives a hot drink when you order breakfast. They'll give you a free hot drink if you're a veteran. I believe if you're a senior, they'll do the same. You don't even have to be a veteran. I think if you're just a senior over 60, you can get a free hot drink with the beverage with the uh, breakfast order. And now that they have those sausage egg biscuit for $1, you order a $1 sandwich, get a hot coffee with you. Hey, you can't get a cheaper breakfast than that.
Yeah, I did. Did you read the one, KY, about the Department of Veterans Affairs, the Inspector General, the latest what they sent through?
No, I didn't.
Well, we had brought up a few questions to Rights when he was up there about the therapy that he supposedly went through or didn't go through with the VA. And now we have a case involving 18 people in an entire business who actually fraudulent physical therapy. It was,
Wow.
yeah, that they weren't even actually licensed physicians doing the therapy, but they were billing them as they were. So I mean, you could say, I don't understand how you can go into the VA and be denied help, and then this kind of shit comes out, and this is ridiculous. This is why you guys need to be able to pick your own hospitals and stuff.
Yep.
This is nonsensical.
Thank
And
you. Thank you, Upstate. Thank you for coming.
quite a few. That's just one of the, I wanted to forward that to you. See if you read about that. Right.
No, please do. Please do.
Can you send that to me too, bud?
Yes. I will send
Would
that to you.
appreciate that.
As long as I'm thinking about it, I will forward that email about the latest veterans.
What was your IGG or something?
Do what? Where?
KY, what was your email?
Mine, X.
Oh, no, it's all right. I got it. And then, shoot, Rights. I got to look up Rights.
And did you see that message about StreamYard Teams?
Yes. I didn't really read a lot on it.
Okay. Until now, collaboration has been difficult. That's why I'm so excited to announce StreamYard Teams. Teams is a whole new way to use StreamYard. Teams let you invite others to a shared team, assign them specific roles, and live stream together in any show or event.
Oh, okay. That kind of sounds cool.
For a short period of time, you can claim one seat for free and add more seats in a significantly reduced rate. At the basic plan, you can have 5 seats on your account for an additional $9 a month.
Oh, that ain't
Best way to
bad.
stream together. So, multiple streaming from multiple channels for $9 a month.
Hey, Jackie. Good to see you, girl.
Oh, cool.
Hello, Jackie. There she is. Okay. I sent you the link, but just to be sure, I'll drop it right now.
Duncan, thank you for coming in. I know you're probably at work. Oop, there he is. He is at work. Good to have you in here, Gil. Thank you for stopping by.
There's the link, just in case you didn't see it in your messenger, Jackie.
Yeah, what was that?
I was hoping Mary or Darla, I sent them the link as well. was hoping one of them would call me or contact me, show up. But this is the way it goes. Some days are diamonds and some days are coal.
Do you guys know what the number one reason veterans are homeless in California? Now, this is just a government census, by the way.
What is the
And
number one reason?
what they write is, and it makes sense, what is the primary cause of veteran homelessness? Veterans are 50% more likely to become homeless than other Americans due to poverty, lack of support networks, and dismal living conditions and overcrowded or substandard housing. About 1.5 million veterans are considered at risk of homelessness. And that was a survey done in 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Now,
Is that because they had a job in the military that doesn't transfer over to civilian life?
yeah, you I don't know if you read that article about that, but yeah, basically what it
That would have
is
to be. That would
well,
have to
no, there's other reasons, dude. There's other reasons because there was for a while there was a big thing where people did not want to hire vets because of the PTSD stuff because they didn't want to be liable.
They were afraid of the.
They were afraid of a lot of things. Now here's Jackie.
Hey,
Everybody,
Jackie.
welcome Jackie.
Hello,
How you
Jackie.
doing?
Hi,
Hello.
Jackie.
Jackie has agreed for me to do an impromptu interview with her to make up for the fact.
I can't hear you on my mic.
Oh, can you hear me now, Jackie? This would be a little bit hard to do an interview if she can't hear her. Just saying.
Give her a second. I'm gonna drop her down and bring her back up. Sometimes that works. Can you hear us now? Like we said, technical difficulties sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
They're a bummer. Angel, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Now, one of the things I wanted to bring up was Veterans Row. I don't know if any of this, I've actually brought this up before, but I thought it would be worth mentioning again. Veterans Row housed about roughly 3.5 to 4,000 veterans. They camped outside the VA at the outskirts of LA, and what happened was they wanted to get in there. Now, in order to stay at a veterans housing, you have to submit to drug tests and go through the same thing a rehab person would have to do. And a lot of these vets are using marijuana and stuff for medicinal use for their pain and stuff, which is not acceptable when you go in there.
Also, is no drinking. So
Right, no drinking. So they put flags on their tents and basically protested. Well, the VA finally stepped forward, which was quite remarkable. I'm not even going to lie. They came forward and they moved the vets out of the front of. Can we get a mute on that one? Yeah. Then they took all those veterans and they put them into the ground, which onto government. The homeless veterans are now on PA grounds in West Hollywood, which means that they will get electric and they will probably have portaloos as well put inside of them. What does that change? It allows them to be safe because they actually lost one of their vets less than a year prior to that for the same thing that's going on with me. They contracted some diseases from filthy water or something they were living in, and they had open wounds, and she wasn't able to survive. So this issues and that have been brought forward to the VA, and they decided to go ahead and step up and do the right thing. So even though we highlight a lot of the problems that the VA have, which is going to again tonight.
just a second. Yes, Jackie, we did hear you. We could hear you just fine.
Yeah, we heard you. It's just that we didn't think you heard us. So that is something I really am happy that the VA did, and the transfer from them off the street into the VA property went very smooth. I can put a link in there for the article that you guys can go and look up to read yourself on near Brentwood. It's like I said, it's really cool, and I'll put that up for you. I took this out of the Los Angeles Times. Oh, but I know you can go onto the VA website, which I could not find, and you can read up about what happened on that actual site. But there you go. Is there's the link. I hope that works. There you go. Oh, look, it's my buddy Jim. Jim, welcome to the panel, sir.
Hey, I'm sorry. I got hung up.
Hey, look who we got on panel with us. Jackie Good Citizen Green. Have you met her before?
But you sound just terrible.
All I hear is that. So I'm gonna drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna go drop.
You sound fine, Jackie.
Huh?
Yeah, you sound just fine.
How's that?
You sound fine now.
Can you hear me? There you go.
Yeah. Sound fine.
Yeah. Okay. No more of that. So Jim, say hi to Jackie Good Citizen Green.
Hi, Jackie. How are you today? Can
So
you
Jackie,
hear
you're
me?
muted.
she's muted.
Okay.
Better?
Better.
Yeah,
Now we
yeah,
can
that's
hear you.
better.
Now we can hear you. There we go.
I can hear you in my earpiece for some reason. It's on speaker now.
Huh.
I don't know.
Oh. Well, we had a.
What's the miracle everybody's on a Sunday?
Well, actually, this was. Is that me doing that?
Yes. It's that cheap Chinese electricity you're using.
It's those Walmart batteries you run
No,
on.
I'm just hearing roboting from everyone.
Somebody's microphone is squeaking while they talk.
Nope, it ain't me. See?
It was
Yeah.
you.
It was, but it was you.
Well, it ain't now.
It was like a
But now we lost
robotic
Jackie.
like a robotic mouse.
Sounds much better.
But we lost Jackie.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know if you were able to hear what I was saying about what the VA had recently done with the estimated between 3,500 and 4,000 vets that were living out front. They have been transferred onto VA property, onto the VA grounds in West Los Angeles. So all those vets now have access to both portaloos and electric.
Are you from England? We don't
Portaloo.
have loos. We don't have loos in the U.S. Those are porta potties.
Same thing. So they had decided to do this just one because one of the reasons that it happened, and there's a I wish I could find the link, I'd put it to you, but they recently had a woman die from infections from the dirty water and cesspools that they were living in. So they have now helped. That was one of the things that actually led to them deciding to move them onto the the grounds rather than try to move them into the actual buildings. And what was your thought on that, Jim?
Well, that's a good thing. I think we need to get electricity and good porta potties and stuff like that to them, because and garbage, big dumpsters and stuff, because they do accumulate a lot of garbage around there.
Well, and like this would apply this to other vet encampments. Like we found one, the city's response to them wasn't so pleasant. They chased them out, put rocks down, and filled it up with cement. So I think now that one VA has done it, other ones can do it as well. Because, like I've said, if you're not going to give them housing right away, at least set them up with a military encampment area like they do overseas when they're in Iraq and stuff, and they'll live in
Sure.
tents. I mean, I don't understand why they can't at least do that, which probably boils down to the insurance. Because
Yes.
remember, the one vet, and I have not confirmed he's an actual vet, and I know that's bad to think that way, but he got in his car. He was distraught. He drove over one person, then over a second, drugged them all the way down the encampment and killed them. So it's the stress of being out there, the living conditions, and the lack of support that's causing this. So I think it's just a remarkable thing what they've decided to do. I think it's just astronomically great. I kind of makes you want to go down there and give them a thumbs up, let them know, give them calls, let these people know, so that the next PA will see that and go, well, fuck, we can do that. I mean, that is government land. These are government employees. Just saying. You're a military person for the rest of your natural life once you sign up. You always can be called to duty. So
I wonder if they're doing that up in Milwaukee because the VA there has about 300 acres of land, and most of it is grass and flat.
and you could build a tiny village there. You could put up an encampment there.
You can put a lot of stuff up
A
on.
lot of stuff up in there, and that's what I'm saying. So one does it, now we start hitting the other ones, literally hitting the other ones, calling them up and going, hey man, you got this homeless bunch, you do what these guys did. And I think it'd be a lot easier to get approved because the fact it's already been done. Once done, easier to do.
Follow the leaders. Hey,
Yeah.
we're just following what the other guys they did. Oh, okay.
Yes, I think you're right. Here in my small town, we do have homeless, and they do make a big mess. And I've asked and pleaded with them to at least take a dumpster over there and put it by them, and that way maybe they'll get the idea to clean up their own mess.
Well, it's not.
But
You're right. It's not that they wouldn't clean it up, but just like you're saying,
there ain't
they don't.
Nowhere to put it.
way.
Well, no, they just don't want to give it to them. They don't want to do it because if they do, it's promoting. I mean, this is the stupidest thing. That's
Promoting
why
homelessness.
right. That's why they want to give you tickets for passing out food because it's better to let them starve and move along so we don't have to see them than for you to help them and promote them to stay there so that we have to keep looking at our shame. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
if you have a problem with homeless, then end the homeless fucking problem. I mean, we spend so much money on military spending, it's not even humanly funny. It's, I mean, we just, that's ridiculous. And they know if you take 0.003% of the military spending, we would have no social problems at all. All of them would be paid for. That's how much money is spent in the U.S. and on the military complex. It's trillions every year.
The price of one jet plane would probably solve the homeless
Exactly, and it's
for all the veterans. The price of one jet would probably solve all the homeless veterans' problems.
But we don't see. That's why I keep telling people: if you really did care about the vets, this would not be an issue. There would be no homeless vets because there's plenty of money. It's just going all to the rich. It's the biggest transfer of wealth in the history of our world that we know of it. On written records, the amount of money being transferred from one group of people, the poor and the middle class, straight into the rich's pocket has never been this enormous. But it's just coincidentally, they prosper every time we suffer. I'm just saying.
Huh, go figure.
Yeah, just go figure. But the whole thing,
We get COVID, they get rich. Huh? Go figure.
yeah. They get COVID, they can close all our small businesses down, make them go bankrupt, so that we have to go to one big ultimate business. You notice Walmart and apparently
Ama-
if
Amazon.
all these big places were able to stay open because there's this thing that happens when you have a big store. It kind of like gets rid of COVID. It runs. But when you have a small store, oh no. That's where it all packs into, brother. So we need
It's
to close
attracted
all
to
those,
it.
right?
It's
It's
attracted to
attracted
small
to small
businesses.
stores.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's impressive. And of course, that's how it works. They just simply wipe it out. Oh wait, that don't make no sense. So we're losing all our small businesses too. But see, the thing is, all this wealth, all this money, we're not asking for a lot for them to just simply put money into the U.S. vets. I mean, after all, they're the ones out there protecting the rich people's businesses. Least they can do is pay for health care. Hang on, I get my doggy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Just fine.
I think I fixed it. I just can't. I can hear the phone, but I can't hear it in my ears.
Well, put your glasses on.
I'm gonna show you this mask my brother bought me. You're gonna love it. I told him I would never wear it to the store. I can't wear it to anywhere out the house. But you guys got to see this mask. It's so ridiculous. You ready?
Yes.
All right, here you go. Check this out.
Lean to the left. There
Huh?
you go. There you go.
What do you think about that?
Looks cool.
Oh yeah, real cool. Look like an alien.
Yeah.
I can breathe better than that cloth stuff. I was gonna say another word, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never wear this out in public ever.
We say that word a lot.
Maybe if I rode a bicycle, like a bike, a motorbike, a motorcycle, then I would wear it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna wear a
Well, that's not a
mask,
mask. That's a face shield. Yeah.
right?
I
But
get it.
even if you're gonna do that on a bike, you should have a helmet at that point.
Yeah, right. They're just like sunglasses. They're pretty cool. I just won't wear them out. They're just too ridiculous. God, I don't feel good.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Mm.
I don't know what it is, but
Oh, let's see your nails. Let's see your nails.
Somebody
Come on.
watching football today?
Let me see your nails. Come on, hold them up. Blue. Okay.
These change color. They turn green. They're the Christmas color. They turn green with water.
Huh.
My claws. I did them today. I pushed myself to do them. They looked horrible. Well, I was playing around with crazy glue, and I ended up sticking all my fingers together like a moron. So I messed up all my nails. I had to take it off. That was a hard job. I had crazy glue all over my fingers.
man,
I went
Hey,
to.
Jessica. Hello, Monica. Welcome to the show.
It comes with a little pin to open it.
Okay.
Well, when I put the pin, it opened all the way down through the bottom, so it just squirted all over the
everywhere.
They set me up. Nobody watching football today?
Oh, my game just ended at 7:30. We shut out the Seahawks the first time they've been shut out in 10 years.
They did what?
We shut out the Seahawks. Russell Wilson played his best. So we shut them out. They didn't score a single point.
nice.
It's the first time they've been shut
Am I
out in 10
roboing
years.
in?
I imagine Silver Diamond is probably smoking right now.
Oh my God, that's right.
He's
Is
calling me all kind of names. Damn you, Becker man.
So is my audio all right?
Yeah, you
You're,
sound good.
you're squeaking.
Because I hear everyone else squeaking.
I don't hear
Wow.
squeaking.
It's got to be StreamYard.
Damn it.
Because now I'm squeaking.
Anyway, Jackie,
Yes, dear.
thank you for coming up.
Anytime.
What I would love to hear the story of how you went into the military and what might have happened to you, and is your illness contributing to that?
No, I was in the ROTC when I was in high school. I went straight to there, and then I did 4 years, and then I went from there. I did policing, and then I went to mechanics, and then I switched over midway, and I wanted to do corrections officer. At that time, they were giving it was like a test for the state of Connecticut, and I took it, and I became a CO. But I got injured at work. I had to do a cell extraction, and I tried to ignore it, but I had literally went into the cage, and I got one of the guys out, which I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to call code blue and have a partner help me. But what the guy did, kind of like my adrenaline came way up. I was walking by, and he did something inappropriate and threw it through the gate. So it really ticked me off. It lit something on me. So I went in the cage, I grabbed him, and he slammed his body against the wall. And my L4 and L5 was shattered, kind of. But I dealt with the pain, and I kept dealing with the pain until I had surgery. And then when I had surgery, that's when they found out that somewhere in there, something had happened to my kidney, but they never knew about it. So I had a kidney transplant, and that was it. But it had nothing to do with the military, no. Long story short.
Were you able to use the VA for the medical part of your treatments?
I did in the beginning, and then when it came time to, I had gotten out, and my ex-husband, I was in his, what is it, Blue Care, whatever their
TRICARE.
What is it?
TRICARE.
Yeah, TRICARE. I was on TRICARE for a while, but because of his military, I just went through his insurance, and then through the state insurance because I was working through the state. But they weren't really taking care of me anyways. It was like a secondary insurance. They weren't really, it wasn't really good for me. Just like my kidney transplant, TRICARE went all the way up to the transplant, and then that was it. They didn't pay for the medication. They didn't pay for aftercare, basically. They just said, well, the medication was $8,000. You figure it out. So the lady at the dialysis center, she worked some magic with the state and filled out some paperwork through the military and got me like a secondary insurance type, but it wasn't through the military. It was through my ex-husband's insurance.
What was your experiences with the
VA? They were horrible. They were horrible. Like literally, I rather had gotten private insurance than through the VA because, like I said, they only took me until the transplant. After the transplant, that was it. They wouldn't pay for aftercare or anything. Anything that had to do with aftercare, that was it. They wiped their hands clean.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah, even now, like for medication and stuff like that, I go through the state insurance because they didn't pay for anything. Even the military housing right now, well, I mean, it was a long story, but we'll see with the memorandum what's going to happen with my house and all that
The
other stuff.
moratorium on evictions. and courts are backed up so far because of it.
Yeah, and I
every
heard Connecticut just signed another 2 years. So now I'm stuck with the apartment and the house, and that's getting a little frisky because I put $700 in oil, and now the oil tank is broken. So what was the point? I don't know. But I hear a lot of horror stories with the VA. It's especially in Connecticut. There's a lot of homeless people, a lot of people living in shelters and stuff that it shouldn't be. They're literally living in shelters behind the base for the Navy. It's supposed to be the biggest Navy capital of the world in Connecticut, and they treat their sailors like that. You know, they got them literally living in camps behind the base. It's horrible.
You realize you're looking to the right and your camera's to the left.
Huh?
Look at that.
Now you're looking at the camera more. Now we see half of your face.
This
there
way?
you go. There you go. Now we can see you.
Better?
Yes.
This light is bugging me out.
Hey, Bill.
Now it's funny because in my case, I'm on Social Security and Medicare, and after they pay, TRICARE pays, they pick up all the rest.
Well, that's the thing too. I signed up for disability because, oh yeah, that was what the nurse did in the dialysis center, because I was doing the home dialysis.
Okay.
It was like PD dialysis in my stomach, and she signed all the paperwork for me. She helped me sign all the paperwork and everything through the hospital while I was in the hospital. And I guess it's like SSDI. I don't know if it's the same thing where you're at, but there's two different kinds of disability.
Yes.
And because I have somewhat income because of the house, they consider that income. So they only give me I think it's $525 when normal person that's on the same disability would have, I think it's 900 or 800, 750.
970.
In Connecticut is 750. So they won't give me that. At first they said it was because I was still married. Well, I got a divorce. Now they say it's because I have this house, even though
you have property. Yes.
Yeah, even though it's not under my name, it's still under shithead's name.
Shithead.
That's Mr. Shithead.
That's Mr. Shithead to you.
Hey, he did me wrong. He abandoned me after 23 years. I get to call him whatever I want.
Hello, PDF. Welcome to the show.
Yes, PDF. Welcome.
I can't read chat. Hello to the people that are coming in.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's causing the squeaking.
I don't know if it's me. Like I said, I can't hear you in my earbuds. I'm hearing you in the speaker coming out of the car. But it's my mother's phone, so I don't know how to mess with all these buttons, and I don't want to mess with her. She has an iPhone, and I don't like Apple phones. And if I go messing around with buttons, she's gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna be in trouble. I won't be able to put them back.
Jackie, good citizen. I'd like to ask you a question if I can.
Yes, dear.
When you were admitted to the VA hospital, they treat you good? Was the area clean where you were a patient? Did they keep an eye on you, or did you have to keep pressing the button for service?
I think it was more like, the hospital. I don't know if it in your area, but in Connecticut, we have like 3 different hospitals. We have like the Catholic hospitals, and then we have like the Christian hospitals, and then we have the VA hospitals. And all the VA hospitals, they seem to be, it's sad because I call them the Jewish the Jewish military hospital because they're very. I find like they're very low income. You know, like they're very like they're still backed up. They don't have all the.
There's a cut rate hospital.
Huh?
There's a cut rate hospital, like a 1-star hotel.
The last parts of it, you know, like whatever the big hospitals didn't want, they switched it over to that hospital. I even seen a roach in one time. I almost had a heart attack. Oh my god, I couldn't move my legs, and there was a freaking cockroach walking on the side of the thing. I had to tell my husband, "Step on it, hurry!" Oh my god, I was paranoid, thinking if there was any roaches inside the blankets or anything. I was just going nuts. I didn't like that hospital. I never went back to that hospital. Every time they send me to that hospital, I never go.
Now, was this
I never
VA hospital?
X-rays.
Was this VA hospital you're talking about, or
Yes.
what? Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. Yeah, but there's only like 2 of them in Connecticut. Well, in this area, like in the New London area, and they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad.
And how was the service? Did they treat you decently, or did they treat you like a peasant? Like, you know, you're a bother to them?
Yeah, the nurses were fine. It was just the place. It's just dingy and old. You know, like it could use a lot of upgrades. And the military money, they can fix those hospitals. And I think their doctors are sucky too. Pretty sad. Their kids' doctors, they're horrible. They had told me when my daughter was maybe 4 that she had some kind of cancer underneath her arm. And good thing I went to a different hospital and I got a second opinion. It was just a cyst. It wasn't nothing cancerous or anything. So imagine if I would have done some kind of treatment or something. Like it was just a freaking cyst.
Or what if you've done a radiation treatment for a cyst, you know?
Yeah.
Chemo, you know. Oh my God.
Yeah, no shit. Thank God I went to get a second opinion. I always get a second. When I go there, I always go for a second opinion. Always. And good thing. But yeah, the doctor's like, oh yeah, it's cancerous and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it looked like, you can tell it looked like a freaking cyst. It had like, you know, it was underneath her armpit, but it was like way deep. And the regular hospital, they did it actually the same day. They sliced it, they drained it, and they sent her home. And she was about 4 years old. That was horrible.
Could have been an infected lymph node.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like them. But all during my pregnancy, I had to go to them, and I really didn't like. When I gave birth, I didn't give birth there. Sadly, I went to the Catholic hospital, like a regular hospital. There was no way I was gonna go there. They don't use regular nurses for that. They use midwives. That's what they call them. They're not birthing hospital, like a birthing nurse. It's like midwives, like old school midwives, and they go to your house and all that other stuff. I didn't want no part of that. I wanted to go to the hospital.
And that was quite a fad for a while that people didn't go to the hospital. They had a midwife come to their house. That was gaining a lot of momentum.
Well, because it's a natural way to give birth. I mean, this
Right.
this idea of Western medicine, where a woman has to go and have a guy perform something they can do by themselves, is just astronomically ridiculous. But hey, nowadays with all complications and stuff, maybe it should be. But actually, it's better to do midwives than it is to come into a contaminated hospital and have an idiot that doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
Hello,
Just
every
saying.
Buddha time. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes, thank you very much. So, once again, we've had no real good experiences so far with the people we brought up on the panel about the VA. I'm looking to change that. I've heard good stories about them. Trying to figure out why there's a difference between the ones you guys go and the ones that, like, Stephen Musial go.
Or Mary Lenz or Darla Kaboy, other veterans that we've talked to, they've had nothing but good experiences. we're trying to figure out why it is that there's so much disparity.
Is
in the
it like
care.
because Stephen Musewell, that's a heart hospital? Is it different hospitals? Like over here in Connecticut, they specialize, like the hospital I go to, the local hospital is in my town. They usually fly me to another hospital that's like an hour away because this hospital specializes in heart transplants and anything to do with the heart and heart vascular there. And then every time I go, they have no clue how to take care of me. I mean, I can tell you horror stories. And so a couple of times I've gone there where my blood pressure is sky high, my kidney has shut down, I can't breathe, I'm like 10 minutes from death, and they've flown me to the kidney hospital, which is about an hour away. And all my appointments, like I go every Thursday, it's an hour away because that's the kidney hospital. This hospital that's here, they'll do like CAT scans, they'll do the x-rays, they'll do that other damn thing that they stick you in
Basic
the
stuff, yeah.
they'll do everything here, but nothing to do with the kidney at all. And they have no clue how to take care of the kidney either. Literally. I was mopping one time and I accidentally, you're not supposed to be mopping anyways, but I never do what they tell me to do because I can't sit still. But I unplugged, I pulled the plug out of my stomach by mistake, and the dialysis tube pulled out. And it was a long weekend. There was no doctors there. And literally the emergency doctor there with me, we YouTubed how to put the sucker back together before they can fly me out to Hartford, which is an hour away. That was scary.
Well, I imagine.
Yeah. He put it together with YouTube. So when things happen, I just rather get in my car and I'll suffer the pain and drive the hour than go to that hospital because they're not going to know what to do. So I'm wondering, is that the difference? Is it different hospitals for different things?
Well, there's probably a lot more veterans down in Florida. So the more people go through the hospital, the more funding they get. Because, of course, a lot of old people retire in Florida. And so it could be that they have a lot more throughput. So they get more funding, and that's why the care is better. I don't know. That's just an idea, maybe.
Maybe.
I do believe, like I went to 2 VA hospitals, one in Detroit, John Dingle, and the other one in Ann Arbor, Michigan hospital. It's the administrators, because each one can control each separate VA hospitals. And if they don't stop with the problems they have in there, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And they don't want to stop the problems. All they want to do is just take their time, do their job, and just leave. I don't know how many times I wrote complaints and nothing's done about it. I never got an answer. It's not the idea of money. It's the idea of fixing the problems. You give
So
all
they
the money.
just want to mitigate the complaints and move on.
Right, exactly. They don't do nothing. You give them all the money in the world, but it's not going to solve the problem. The problem is in the system. They got to fix that.
That's the shame. That is just a shame. Now, I had a crown come loose that the Army had put in while I was on active duty. And I know they had put it in when it came loose, and I contacted the hospital. Oh, well, if the Army put it in, we'll take care of it. So, oh, yeah. According to your records, dental records, Yeah, they did. So they replaced it for me, no charge. It was just a 45-minute drive from my house to the other end of the city to get to the VA. But everything went well. They did the job good.
Well, look what Michelle said. Like 98% of your VA hospitals are bad. You will get good ones. You just got to find them.
Yeah.
And she was right. She was right.
Awesome.
You just can't
Good luck
keep going on
finding
like
one.
Good luck finding a good one.
Yeah, what cost? Oh,
So now you guys have been all through all this. What would you, Jackie, think should be done to fix it? What suggestions would you guys have to make the process easier or more effective?
good question.
Well, it's like that video I showed you guys. You know, you grabbed and showed the people out there. That's what that should be done. We should have the option to either go to VA or private care. This would allow competition. VA probably
Yes.
wake up.
Yeah, because they are a business. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they are. But the
Well,
military has money. The same way they can make a jet, they can fix a hospital.
True. They have plenty of money. They wanted to spend it on the people and not just making a profit off the weapons.
Yeah. Instead of sending troops out there, fix it. Send them to fix a hospital. Build more housing, definitely. Especially for veterans.
I mean, the U.S. Mobile, the mechanical division could build the tiny houses and house all the military people
Right.
just using the land that the VA has.
They have a few of those out here, a bunch of little houses. But they charge more than living in base housing, actually.
They should be free. Tommy Wood, thank you for stopping by, brother. Much love. We're still working on getting out to feed into a thing, bro.
The cost to live there should be on a sliding scale according to what the veteran makes.
Yeah.
If they only get 400, then it should be a sliding scale, you know.
Yeah, the housing here is really bad. It's expensive. Like back when I was in housing, at least the light or heat and hot water was included. Now that nothing's included. Nothing. You're paying.
No, they changed that the years after I retired. And same in Fort Knox. It's all the bases. They sold that to a contractor in Texas, a former senator. Go figure. Our congressman, and he now has the contracts for all military bases. They take care of all that stuff, and of course, they line their pockets. Instead of you getting your quarters when you're in the military, now you pay. It used to be you got water and gas and electric free when you lived on base. Now soldiers, they have to pay for all that separately now.
In 2014, the veterans were taking in the money, $180 billion. 2021 is over $200 billion. It's not the money. It's not the money. They're just squandering it for their nepotism friends.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah, just like KY said.
Oh, that's how the rich is getting richer, and they're living off the poor.
Well,
even the bank, they're making their money off the poor.
And the bad thing about that is when they get universal care for the civilians out there, they're going to get the same care we're getting now, and they're going to wake up then, and then it'll be too late.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to be the Cats meow.
Well, the housing right now, the home that is really bad in Connecticut.
The homeless vets in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Well, what I thought we'd do is write letters to the VAs that are located in that area, then, because
They
of
have
the,
a whole section. Like I said, it's supposed to be the biggest submarine country, right? Where they make the submarines and all that.
Yeah, New
Right
London.
behind
Yeah, the shipyards in New London. Yes.
Yeah, this huge company, EB, Pfizer. Behind there, they have a bunch of little tent encampments, where all the homeless live. A lot of them is Navy, ex-military,
yeah,
which
they
is
need to,
be,
they
they,
need,
they're
they need, they need to do what the VA did here, and they need to move them onto federal property.
Well, that is federal property.
Well, I
then
mean,
they have all these houses for the base, and they're all empty. Like, give them the freaking housing.
that
So,
too. There's no sense in not doing that, but
there's a lot of houses that, they're empty. Just give it to them. They're in the street.
well, funny story in Texas. They had a bunch of apartments built, 3 different tiers, very wealthy, low, and whatever. And after all these were built, it was that big scandal that closed down the SNL. So those some odd 10,000 apartments just sit there. I mean, I understand their importance of it. Once the deal's over, they could just allocate that straight into housing for the military.
But they won't.
No, they won't.
The only time VA will do anything is when it's publicized in the news. Fat chance of that,
Yes, welcome in, Six Banger. Good to have you, Crazy Frenchman. Good to have you.
Welcome, Crazy. Welcome, Six Banger. Good to see you.
Well, like I said, we're hoping that these changes will come now that one has already done it. The others will follow suit. And hopefully moving vets onto government property or the VA's property is a lot better idea than having them sleep on the street out in the general public.
Well, this panel right here is helping out to wake up American people, and I appreciate me being here, and I appreciate it very much.
And this is brought to you, of course, by we are in the process of. We've had a lot of help, like Stephen Musial has given us money to donate us money towards our LLC. We have a lot of good people out there. We have not been putting the link up yet because we're waiting to get the LLC. So I've had people ask me where the donation link is. We're not going to put it up until we get the bank thing set up. So that's where that is. But however, you can support us by watching the show, and we're going to be doing a feeding here, hopefully with Tommy Wood. So you'll be able to watch that.
Speaking of the devil, you said Tommy Wood. I'll be James.
That's really awesome what you guys are doing.
Well, actually,
we need a lot more guys like you in the world.
Well, that's the whole thing we're trying to put out there. We're not rich people. We're not any different than anyone. Yet we come together and we've helped quite a few people out. If so many different people did this,
2 by 2 makes a difference.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward. I have been contacting Evan. He's very hard to get a hold of because I guess he has some issues going right now, but he's the one that knows where all the military vet camps that broke up from Oceanside are. And once we get a hold of him, he was supposed to give us a list of the people that may need some quick, just basic medical attention. So we'll be taking out Shannon with us to go out there and do up some of those light wounds and stuff.
The squeakiness is coming from everybody. It's got to be a StreamYard issue. It's not just me. It's not just you. It's not just Right. It's all of us. So it's got to be a StreamYard issue.
Right, and like we said, we had an interview tonight with VA Issues in Prepping. You also may know her as Miss Michelle
Yeah,
Bruce. Had some technical difficulties with that. Luckily, we had Jackie Good Citizen Green come up here to tell us about her. If there's any other military people out there that want to come up, and we'd love to hear your story, how you got started, anything you may have done while you were in the military. And we have added on these last 3 interviews questions about the VA because a lot of people have complained. The next set of interviews will be people that actually have had good experiences. The whole idea is to bring awareness to it so that we understand that if one VA hospital can do good, then that means all VA hospitals can do good. There should be no difference in the quality of care where you live. You agree, Jim?
Yes.
Yeah, they should all strive to give the best care possible to those who serve.
And to follow a set of standards. I don't understand why there would be differences. I always assumed that anything due to the military was a set procedure. It doesn't matter where you go, what camp you went, what base you went, they all had the same thing. Everything is the same. Basic protocols and what have you. But I guess not.
And you would think in a state like Connecticut, where they have all those companies making parts and things for military contracts because of the electric boats and the other companies there, you would think that there would be plenty of good
It's like you're a robot.
hospitals.
Sounds like a robot in there somewhere.
Yeah, we figured it's YouTube. Now,
It's gotta
guys,
be StreamYard. It's got to be StreamYard.
for the story involving the vet campment, the vet row, I'm gonna paste that in there for you guys. You go and you can read all about the movement of them coming off the street. And then I don't have it, but you can remember. I'm looking for right now. There's an actual video on it as well from Invisible People. If you don't know who that is, go check them out. And the name of that channel is called Invisible People. And he works with the homeless across the board, whether it's vet, regular, or whatever. And he did a whole entire show on that encampment. Man, this is bad. Is this getting on anybody else's nerves?
Yes.
It's annoying, very annoying.
Did you mute Mike? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I just said somebody muted my mic.
No.
Oh, that was weird. But it sounded like there was a little robot somewhere in there.
It's everybody. It's a squeaky interference. Like, it's got to be something with StreamYard. It has to be. We had this once before, a couple months back.
I gotta sign on to StreamYard and see if it's gonna let me sign in.
Yeah, if anybody out there knows of a military veteran, a family who's a veteran, tell them to come on up here if they have any complaints. We'd love to have them up here.
Well, after you get your new computer this week, Jackie, you'll be able to sign on better from wherever you're at. As long as they figure out what's going on here at StreamYard. I think we had this problem about 4 months ago. The same exact. Everybody was squeaking like this. The next day was just fine again.
Yeah, I gotta check it because the last time I tried to get on StreamYard, I forgot what it kept saying some kind of error, but it was my computer right before it died, and it was so frustrating because it kept turning on and turning off, and it was saying it wouldn't detect my internet. It was just being a pain in the butt. So we'll see.
Well, Walmart's dependable. They'll send you that computer. So
Just well, KY, we were getting a lot of texts talking about how bad this screeching noise is.
yeah, same here.
I'm thinking we're gonna end this one. Damn, because we got Jackie up here. I'd like to get Jim Busby back up with Wrights and Michelle next time.
I think we're gonna have to wait till maybe Wednesday or Tuesday.
Right, exactly. I know
This is just annoying. I'm sorry.
it is, guys. We can't keep doing this to you, so we're gonna end this. Six Banger, thank you for coming in.
Tommy.
Tommy Woods, it was an honor
Thanks,
having
man.
you here. Crazy Frenchman, thank you so much.
Dijon to everybody else
John,
here.
right? Anyone else we might have missed? Stevie Mao,
Monica Peterson.
Monica Peterson, Porter Farmer,
Keeper of the list.
Tuna, Jessica Stone. We love you all, Monica Peterson. Thank you so much. Keep looking for our shows. We are going to do more regular ones, and our interviews will be more comprehensive. We had one set up for today. Ian Wright should actually set up a second one just in case. But we had some really good people on panel. We had Jackie Good Citizen. We had Jim Busby again. Rights for Vets. KY Packer, my better half, and Bell Admin. Again, thanks everyone for coming. I wish you all the best. Have a great weekend. Look for a show in the next couple days.
Stay
KY,
safe. Be well.
Thank you.
All right, guys, and butt out.
KY
Nice
out.
nice to have met you, Jackie.